Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, on this week's On the Rocks, things get real this week as we welcome the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Sutton Stracke, to chat reality TV, Southern charm, women in business, and more with guest co-host, entertainment personality, and debutante. Liz Culley is back, and me, your favorite host with the sassy most. Raise a glass and let the drinks begin.
Life is a banquet, and most poor suckers are starving to death.
I'd like to propose a toast.
This is On the Rocks with Alexander, where I drink with your favorite celebrities as we talk about fashion, entertainment, pop culture, reality TV, and, well, that's about it. So pop a cork, lean back, and raise a glass to On the Rocks.
Fasten your seatbelt. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Lord have mercy, buns and bows and pantyhose, On the Rocks podcast, a place where we're too glam to give a damn. We are celebrating Women's History Month, and I saw this post from a fellow gay. We're not supposed to say the F word in the gay, which is F-A-G. So his post was, what word can we replace in the term fag hag? And I said, how about this? How about we stop saying the word hag, number one? Hello? Come on, gays, support your women. Why was that the conversation and then hag was not part of that conversation? Hello? I have never had a hag for a friend, and I've had the most supportive women in my life. That's all. Okay, check out my Sassy Weekly movie news on Outlet.tv or on the Rocks radio show. This week I chat about 500,000 people have signed a petition to bring Johnny Depp back for the Pirates of the Caribbean movies that they're doing. I will sign my name 500,000 times myself just to not bring back any Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Let them rest. Let it go, Disney. Like us on Twitter and Instagram at On The Rocks On Air, and on Facebook, On The Rocks Radio Show. Send me an email. Book me for a wedding, funeral, quinceañera, bris. I don't care. I will show up. Info at ontherocksradioshow.com. The show is presented by Straw Hut Media. You can watch and or listen to our every over 239 episodes. This is episode 240, by the way, at ontherocksradioshow.com. Hello to our listeners around the nation on every major podcast platform, Facebook Watch, and on Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, on the Outlet.tv app. Share, subscribe, leave a comment, leave your phone number. I'm single. Our presenting sponsor today is fandaddies.com, your go-to place for fans and sassy hats. Support small businesses. Go to fandaddies.com. Kurt, do you have a pun for us? You're so punny.
I do have a pun for you, yes.
Oh, make it fast, Kurt.
Did you hear about the new shovel that's coming out recently?
The new shovel that's coming out. It's a dig of a deal. I don't know.
It's groundbreaking.
Right?
That was better than the last time.
Oh, the last time, like, even dead people wrote in. They're like, don't do that again. Thanks, Kurt. That was amazing. All right, let me welcome back my guest host for today, Liz Culley, a seasoned producer, on-air talent, writer, and business executive. Liz has written multiple digital-first shows for ABC, hosted the X Games, and created and starred in the hit YouTube show, Getting Nailed. Most recently, Liz has ventured into the podcasting world and co-hosts Embassy Row's first LGBTQ culture podcast, Scissoring Isn't a Thing. It is a weekly host on the Taylor Strecker Show. And P.S. It is a thing. Maybe. In addition to her entertainment resume, Liz has been a branded content and partnership executive at MySpace, Pop Sugar, Studio 71, BeautyCon, and is current senior director of sales at Bustle Digital Group, where she has created 360 deals with everyone from Toyota to Target and beyond. People usually tell her that she is the next Chelsea Handler, but sort of looks like Reese Witherspoon, but also sort of looks like an Olsen twin, but kind of reminds them of Busy Phillips. She is Liz. She is currently writing a memoir of essays. Please welcome back Liz Culley.
I get so embarrassed by that.
You told me I had to say every word or you were walking out.
True.
True. Okay, tell me about your relationship with Bravo TV. I know we've kind of laughed about it, but are you an actual Bravo T?
Well, yeah, since I'm like a friend of the family. So I host Scissoring Isn't a Thing with Darren Karp, who is Andy Cohen's assistant of 10 years.
Yes.
And then one of my oldest and closest friends is a housewife on New York. So Leah McSweeney and I have known each other. I mean, I don't know. She always hates when I say this, but she used to sleep on my couch.
See, I love stories like that. Remember when Bethany was like the poorest housewife and now she runs the world?
I know.
You go, Bethany.
In fact, a fun little Bravo fact is that I was on the phone with Leah when she was getting her audition, and we were strategizing her outfit in Beverly Hills. And I famously was like, honestly, the shopping is just as good in New York. You should just buy an outfit that you like from somewhere that you know. And so that, I think it got on the cutting room floor of New York. But yeah, so I'm kind of in that weird space where I've got a lot of friends and colleagues that either work or are on the Bravo shows. I'm very close friends with Hannah Berner. Congratulations, who just got engaged. We host a show on and off together. So I'm not on Bravo, but I'm like in the mix of Bravo.
It's just
I don't
part
think
of
I'm
your
fun enough to be on
language.
Bravo. I don't know.
Can we call Leah right now and talk about her outfits from last season, please? She took your advice and she went to shop for whatever she wanted, and I don't know.
Here's the thing. I'm going to say this about
Was
Leah.
she shopping by Braille? Like,
Oh
what
my
was going
God,
on?
I hate you.
No, I love her though. She's the party girl. She is the party girl. Like, I want to hang out with her.
You know what
But I also want to take her shopping real bad.
I know. So first of all, her body is ridiculous.
It's sick.
And it is annoying, and it has always looked like that. You know, Leah has always dressed like that and always been like that. The show didn't.
I'm kidding.
I know. The only thing that was interesting for me is I've always, known Leah as sober. So it was kind of crazy to watch her, dabble in alcohol for a little while on the show.
Is that what you call it, dabbling?
I do call it that.
That's a dabble, do you?
Okay, Alexander, stop it.
No, I support drunk Leah. I support sober Leah, however she wants to be. But she's a lot of fun.
But here's what I'm gonna honestly say is Leah on camera is like that. She on and off camera, she is so much energy. But I also will say one thing on this show, and I've said it on my show and other people's show. Leah has an actual heart of gold. She is a fantastic mother. I'm obsessed with her, the father of her daughter, Kier. I'm super close with her sister. I know her parents. Like, Leah is a fantastic person. I am so happy for her. She deserves it all. And she's got great boobs. And new boobs. She got new boobs.
Oh, well, good for her.
I know. I'm always here for a new boobs, old boobs, all boobs. I'm here for it.
Any more time under lockdown, and I'm going to need new boobs.
Ditto.
Okay, real fast before we introduce our lady of the hour, I'm getting a little scared, and I want your take as somebody that has been in front of the camera, behind the camera, and really knows hosting on many different levels.
Sure.
This whole Piers Morgan thing.
Oh, I could talk about it for days. Watched it all. I know everything.
So, many hosts are getting slammed and canceled and fired and quit because of things that they've said offhandedly or not so offhandedly. Where I was raised in the Joan Rivers kind of talk show where, everything was kind of being said.
Okay.
Now I'm really scared because, as you know, I just love to talk. It all comes from a good place.
Then you're fine.
But I have said things that people are already saying. Like a podcast from like a year and a half ago, somebody literally this last week said, "Hey, you said this and you shouldn't have said this," and I was like,
Alexander,
should I be scared?
Okay, well, I have to confess something. I did.
I got real quiet real fast.
I know, the whole room. I did kind of scrub my Twitter on Sunday because I'm like, shit, have I ever said anything stupid? And guess what?
We've all have.
No, I am not a racist. And so I've never said anything crazy. And I am not a misogynist. So I'm good. I've said a few funny things, and I'm sure you have too. But I think if it comes from a good place, you're fine. The Piers Morgan thing, I think, is a little bit more complicated in the sense that wait, can I curse? Did I get in trouble last
It's
time?
$10 per curse word, but I'm good for it. Sutton's here. We'll just have her bring out her black Amex.
Fair. Okay. And here we go. No, I'm just kidding. No, I think he's a piece of shit. So I think the difference is that...
But he has been for so many years.
Right.
Why now is it an issue? Because we're being so careful about what we say, and we're cutting off creativity. We're cutting off... We can say what we want.
Being racist is the same as being creative. Or being anti-woman.
But the comments
creative.
he said...
Thank you. For the people in the back that are really feeling what I'm saying, I don't think it's the same. And here's the thing that was amazing. Hold on. Here's the amazing thing. Oh, I'm not supposed to touch
And I'm not supporting racism or misogyny on any level, but I think we're getting a little ridiculous now.
The reason for okay, I totally agree with you. And I think that in comedy in particular, it's important that we talk about uncomfortable things. I think that it's because that's where the funny is, right? That you laugh when you go to a comedy show because you're like, oh God, they're talking about me, and that's funny, right? Dave Chappelle, he's a master at it. The problem that I found with Piers Morgan, also, like, can you ask me fun questions? Because I feel like I'm being very serious.
No, but I asked you because you're the perfect person, because we have so much fun, and we are not PC with each other.
We're not. I'm not either.
But we're
I'm
also not filling our time with like racist jokes either.
Exactly. And I think net, at the end of the day, his obsession with kind of trashing Meghan Markle came to a head because he couldn't back himself out of it. And I think he needs to take a little time out. It's time to take a nap. It's like a kid. They need to go take a little nap, think about what they did, and maybe they come back and do it again a little bit differently. Ask me something funny. I'm right now.
Well, we're gonna. Okay. Well, now that that's out of the way, we are gonna have super fun. Our guest of honor is here. She's already making us laugh, and I'm so excited. She brought her own mixer, which is so cute. It's so
It's
sweet.
also beautiful.
Gorgeous.
IRL. That's always the fun thing when you get to meet celebrities in real life.
Well, especially from Bravo TV, because we know what sometimes happens. You're like, oh, hello, you could melt in the sun.
Alexander, stop it.
No, we're going to have tons of fun. So we're going to have a word from our sponsor, fandaddies.com. When we come back, it's Sutton Stracke, and we have your fan questions. We have our own questions, and we're going to talk about everything, well, almost everything, when we come back. This is Alexander from On the Rocks, where celebrity. This is Alexander from On the Rocks, where celebrities and cocktails mix. Here to chat about fandaddies.com. High fives and good vibes is your go-to site to get the hottest accessory for 2021. Yes, the fabulous clacking fan with designs that are totally fetch. And you may think that fetch can't happen, but it totally can. They call me Fetch Betch. Now here are the top uses for your Fandaddies fan. To look fabulous. You can spill the tea and tell secrets, but fancy-like. It is also the perfect punctuation for reclaiming your time. I'm speaking. I'm speaking.
But I'm speaking.
I have to
I'm
weigh
speaking.
And it can also cover that vodka breath. Oh, it's mouthwash, I swear. And last but not least, it makes you look fabulous. So fabulous, you have to say it twice. So go to fandaddies.com and get the fan for that best suits your image. Until we can clack our way through festivals, prides, and events, it's a perfect accessory to spruce up your Instagram selfies or send as a gift. So extra. Support small businesses at fandaddies.com.
Better get that cherry lime going.
Got that cherry lime going because we're fancy. All right. The lady of the hour, Sutton Stracke, Southern debutante turned Beverly Hills socialite, is one of the newest cast members of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Highly anticipated last season. In addition to starring on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, she also owns a boutique in West Hollywood, which is gorgeous. It's just dripping in gorgeosity. Aptly titled Sutton, which is a complete lifestyle brand. Both sides of Sutton's family hail from the South since the late 1600s, and she considers herself a true Southern girl. While she still keeps an estate in Augusta, as we all do, an apartment in NYC, as we all do. She considers LA home, which we all do. Growing up, she attended the John S. Davidson Fine Arts High School and then Converse College in Spartanburg, South Carolina, where she received a BA in political science. And working as a dancer and a dance teacher after graduation, she worked for the Augusta Ballet and then the North Carolina Dance Theater in Charlotte, North Carolina, where she was a choreographer and won Best Choreographer in 19. We don't give dates on this show. And after a short stint living in Charlotte, she moved to NYC, where she worked for Merce Cunningham Dance Company as a studio manager, before becoming the director of development. And from there, she moved back to Augusta to become the executive director of the Augusta Ballet Company. A love of dance and the arts continues through her work on several philanthropic endeavors, including being on the boards of the Museum of the Contemporary Art in LA, the American Ballet Theater in NYC, currently a member of the Fashion Trust and on the boards for PS Arts in LA, the Segerstrom Center of the Arts in Costa Mesa, which is a beautiful venue. I performed there, by the way. Bloop, bloop. So throw that in there. And many, many other organizations. She loves entertaining, as we know, and was named a top party host in America alongside, Oprah and Michelle Obama from the esteemed Salinier for her star-studded soirees. Please welcome the sassiest debutante on TV, the real thing, Sutton Stracke.
Okay.
Oh my God, she's glowing. Like, she is glowing.
I just realized I forgot to put highlighter on and I want to die.
That was my life in 60 seconds.
Well,
I didn't even have children in between all of those things. So that,
I know.
that was good.
Yeah. How did that happen?
know.
Yeah, where'd the kids go? There are
They
three of
popped
them.
out real quick.
And I guess they're going to the ballet. Like that's where they grew up.
They're
It's
very
like,
busy.
Yeah, it's like, well, I grew up with the dance belt too, but because I was the ballet dancer. Oh, okay. What exactly is a debutante? And we actually have a picture of Liz from her young days as a debutante. There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's what it looks like.
So we all have these ideas here on the
What do
West
you two
Coast.
think? Looks good, right? Mm-hmm. Yep. Thank you. Yeah.
So choice.
Yeah.
What is a debutante? What's a cotillion? Like, what's the reality of it? What does it mean?
Well, I don't know. For me in Augusta, Georgia, ours is linked to the Augusta Symphony. So it's a great fundraiser for them. That's how it was started. So I don't know. There's like the cotillion board, and they choose, I don't know, a handful of girls that they want to, the beginnings of it was, the trappings were, you were kind of presented to society for marrying purposes.
Like in Bridgerton, kind of.
Yeah, it was like a Bridgerton, for real.
Yeah.
And so that's how it all started. It obviously has evolved since those times, but, it's still a fun way to kind of become an adult, if you will. I think it's more based on tradition now.
Mm-hmm.
I had a blast at mine, but yeah, did cotillion, did the whole coming out, the debutante evening with my dad in white tails and the whole thing, and the white dress, and I had two what were they, the people that follow, the men escorts that follow you, and then it was basically
You had two?
I had two.
Oh.
Well,
I had a police escort
One.
once.
Oh my
well,
God. Oh, that's fancy though.
To the jail.
but no, it's fun. And then we had like a year of just parties, basically. And I will say this, it sounds really antiquated, but it was super fun for me. And it does teach you some social graces that I think can sometimes be lacking in today's world. But you do have to write thank you notes to all of the hostesses that do the parties. I love that, right? Liz knows.
The thank you note thing, Sutton, just so you know, I'm going to have to breathe. It's a travesty, the generation that we have in our...
It's a lost art form.
It is a lost art form.
Handwriting. Did you know that they don't teach
Handwriting.
handwriting in school
Handwriting.
anymore? That's insane to me.
And I had a friend, seriously, that would take a ruler and draw like
Beautiful.
like
Well
tiny
played.
pencil and then erase them. So all
Beautiful.
of I didn't do that. My handwriting's a bit more wacky, but still nice. But, I think it's nice to be able to write a thank you note and express how you felt about a party, express your gratitude, and do it. I always tried to make mine a bit more interesting, but they taught you all of these skills. And they taught you how to fill a flask up and drink whiskey in the bathroom. That's what we kind of did.
My experience was very similar. I unfortunately was at boarding school, so it was my senior year of high school, and I was on the East Coast. I'm from San Francisco. Ours was presented by the CPMC. So again, there's that charity aspect of it. My sister did it. My mom's from Philadelphia. She did it there. I missed a lot of the parties, which was kind of a bummer because I was on the East Coast. But the thing, my, mother, we've talked about on the last show, AKA Joan Crawford, living and breathing. We were not allowed to play as little children with our toys at Christmas until we finished all of our thank you notes. And so it's so funny that we're talking about this because my boss at work was like, Liz, I send you something and I got a thank you note in the mail 2 days later. And I'm like, yeah, because I can't sleep at night because I have like Nurse Ratched, aka Jane Culley, in my brain
Beaten
telling
into
me,
submission.
well, that I'll never get a present again. And I like presents. I love presents. My love language is gifts. But my best friend Griffin, He was my escort. I don't know. I can talk about it now, but we like all smoked weed before we went out. I also got in trouble by my godmother because I pierced my nose, and she ripped it out of my nose as I was backstage before I went out. I thought I was gonna bleed. Didn't. Still have the nose ring. Sorry, Aunt Maura. And you know, in the moment I was kind of like, what am I doing? This is so ridiculous. But my dad had such a fun time doing it.
Yeah.
And you know, here I am, some wackadoo queer woman, and I guess now they can say they had diversity.
Well, but it does teach you how to think in a mannerful way. We've forgotten how to say thank you, and now, especially after COVID, where we're not dealing with people on a daily basis, we're going to have lost all of the manners. But even like when you go to the grocery store or whatever, you say thank you. You're welcome. Have a good day. Yeah. But people have forgotten that. Sutton, what other tenements from Southern charm would you love to see instilled on the West Coast more? Like what manners are we not doing that for you guys growing up was commonplace?
Well, I don't know. I think this is not necessarily in California. I think it's probably nationwide.
Yeah.
But especially in LA and California, I see children not being reprimanded.
Oh my God!
And
I might be in love. Tell my wife it's over between us.
I'm a
Sutton's my new
strong.
wife.
I have a strong Southern mother hand, not literally, but I'm very.
I got spanked, and
well,
I needed to be.
I didn't spank, but I'm very strict with them, and you know, I think that just them being respectful to adults is so important. And I see kids now that they just run amok in your house. And there's no semblance of like, oh, hello, Mrs. Stracke, and don't call me Sutton, by the way.
Yep.
You have to
You're
earn
10.
that. Yep.
No, and no. So that I think is one thing. I think also with men, you know, we're such a, it's so congruous now, and so, you know, but I still like a gentleman. I like a man to open the door for me. I like to vote, but I also like a gentleman to open the door for me. Just because I like that doesn't mean that I don't have, you know, I'm not a woman and I'm not a free thinker, but I like a door to be opened for me.
Okay, I was going to
First
say
of all,
this.
you have never opened a door for me, Alexander.
That is rude, Alex.
It is
I'm
rude.
usually already here. Wait, okay.
So
okay,
I'm
okay.
Rude.
No. We were going to do this a little bit later, but we're going to do it now. We're going to do our hot topic segment because this is the hot topic. Kurt, take it away. Poor Kurt's like, what? It's time for Hot Topics on the Rocks with Alexander. You better pour yourself another.
This is hot. That's hot. That's hot. This is really hot. That's hot.
All right, that's hot. Today's hot topic is this. I was raised by my mom and Grams in a very manner-centric household. I had better manners at 5 years old than most people have today. I was taught to open the door for a lady, let a lady on and off the elevator first, walk on the sidewalk closest to the road when walking with a lady, offer my seat to a lady if all the other seats were taken, etc., etc. In today's call for women's equality, I need to stop doing that as it infers that women need special treatment. Yes or no? This is the hot topic. Hey, you guys brought it up, so there we go.
Wait, can I throw a monkey wrench into all of this?
Please do. This is a hot topic. You can.
Do you know my wife opens the door for me?
That's so sweet, though.
And I open it. I know. She's real pretty too.
I mean, do y'all just circle the car though? Like
I know. It's like who's gonna?
who's opening the door?
Nobody gets in the car.
Everybody's like
racing to get the door first.
You know, it's
and
like
the valet is like, "What's happening?"
Well, and you know what? It's so interesting when she does that for me, which is so sweet. I lean over and open up the door for her,
which is polite.
That's so much work.
You know what?
How many years have you guys been together?
7.
It's the little things, though. Alex.
It is.
That
the
is
little
very
thing.
true. That is very true.
But I don't know. I actually okay. Not to like make it about me, but I want to hear your take on this. I mean, but it is about me.
I like hearing your take, though. It's interesting.
So I'm the youngest of 4. I have 2 brothers and a sister. One of my brothers is gay, and
He is?
yeah, he's single too. Boo.
What's his Instagram profile?
How old is he?
He is 37.
Can
and
you send me his profile?
He rich
I have
too.
gay friends.
He rich.
Sutton, I'm your gay friend. Hello, I'm sitting right next to you.
I have others.
You can't still be single.
He's a doctor in the army. Ooh, and an anesthetist.
Oh, wait.
He's a doctor?
Yeah.
With a uniform?
I know. Sorry, I've been.
He's probably got a good credit score too.
He is. He's doing good.
Damn.
But my mother and I talk about this all the time. I don't know what he went to Cotillion. We did the Tuesday every week school together. We're only 14 months apart. He does not open up the door or hold the door for my mother and I. And we went ballistic recently.
And he's in the military?
Yes.
They say ma'am, yes ma'am for everything.
But he knows better. He's been an escort twice at debutante. He knows better.
No.
And he was like, oh, whatever, you guys, feminists. I'm like, first of all, okay. But it's just about common decent. I think it's manners.
Okay, but this is, like you were saying, you like when a man does that. But we're supposed to be celebrating women as equal.
Right.
And somebody has said it infers.
We're not paid equally, so he can open up the door.
Okay, well, that's a good point. But also, doesn't it infer that a woman needs a door open for her or she needs to be treated differently? And this is me being devil's advocate. I will open the door for my mom, like when she's, I'll open up the casket door for her when it's like the final time. Like that's how I am. Like I am devoted to my mom and any woman. I will be mannerful. You could tell me anything, right?
No, I think it's just an act of. I mean, it's just to show, I think, respect. But also, I open like the grocery store door or whatever for an older person and hold it.
That's true.
Like, what am I supposed to slam the door on old people because they're the new 30 generation? I don't know. Like,
there's some 80-year-old gay men in better shape than I will ever be.
Oh my God, I know who you're talking about.
I just think it's like a nice gesture. If you don't like it, but this is when you're dating someone too. So if you are just a normal person on the street, maybe not so much. But if you're on a date, yeah, I want the door open. That's just me. I want my door opened. I want you to walk on the bloody side of the sidewalk so I don't get killed. Like you get killed first, not me.
Yeah,
I like all of that. And it's funny because my son is 17 now and I've got this boot on my leg. So I'm having trouble getting in and out of the car. And he helps me into the car. He literally, this is a true story, the other day, put my long dress into the car before he shut the car door for me.
And how old is he? He's 17?
He's 17.
Damn it.
Yes. But I'm like, I
Not
raised
legal.
you well. And you're a good catch.
Yeah.
Sure is.
You can always tell somebody by how they treat their own mother, your mother, or just people around them, like the waiter, whatever. You can always tell exactly what kind of person they are.
Yeah. Well, to each their own, though. If you have an agreement with somebody and you're like, you know what, it really emasculates me when you open the door for me, then don't do it. Do what your partner wants you to do. Don't. But I think for a starter, yeah, just try it.
Okay.
I agree.
And then go from there.
There you have the official advice and opinion from our southern belles.
No, you have two debutantes here.
Two
so-
debutantes. Though you didn't mention one thing. I know we'll get to Real Housewives at some point, but something that struck me.
And we have your questions. We will be answering.
Personally, was place cards.
I'm obsessed.
Love nothing more than dinner parties, and that is what I have missed in COVID so much. I love to
Good
cook.
dinner parties, not just like pull up your own plate and sit on the sofa. I mean, dinner parties.
My wife literally got. This is so embarrassing.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
You'll
right
love
now.
this though. I for Christmas got like beautiful plates for my wife. That's how well she knows me. She's like, when quarantine is over, you will host. I know Richard Ginori, Oriente Italiano. Oh, my favorite, every color.
But is it couture?
Yes, it fucking is. But I love hosting dinner parties and I love getting flowers and I love, Sutton, you said something on the show where you talked about mixing people, or I think I watched an interview or something and you talked about mixing different people and making sure people have conversations. And I think the art of a dinner party has been so lost.
Yeah.
We don't get together at people's homes or even at restaurants and meet new people and have conversations and, make new relationships. And I know I'm probably sounding a little bit antiquated maybe to your listeners, but I just miss that.
Yeah.
I think West Coast needs it.
It's so fun though. Sometimes it feels a little awkward if you don't know someone that you're sitting next to, but we are creatures of habit. So if we go to a dinner party, we're automatically going to want to sit next to our best friends. So if you split it up, you might actually make a best friend. Do you know what I mean?
That is so true. And we know, the entertainment world is like, oh, this big world, but we know it's a very small circle and you'll run into the same people. I have had some of the best business networking and business building relationships from not being at a business function, from exactly what you talk about.
Yeah.
And part of that Southern charm is also being taught the art of conversation, which I think so many people have forgotten. And during COVID, we're not able to be at a loud nightclub with the music. You know, we actually have to Zoom with each other, and we have to have a conversation, and you have to have an art of conversation.
Yeah.
And then you realize who in your life is just the party friends that's there at a loud club, and then who you can actually have a conversation
And can
with.
I just interject this? Please put your phone down.
Oh yeah.
Just
so
put
guilty.
it down.
I'm
Just
so
put
guilty.
it down.
At a dinner party, yes. In fact,
Yeah.
I would want people to collect the phones at the front
Check
of
your
the.
phone when you go to the restroom. You know, if you're like desperate to check your Instagram because you're completely narcissistic and you can't live
Yes,
without
She said it. She said
She
it.
did.
you know,
She did.
love 100 times a day, if you must. But if you go to a dinner party and somebody's gone to the work of putting together a dinner, doing the whole thing, don't get on your frickin' phone, man. It's
I totally agree.
rude.
But
Also,
Sutton-
please bring a hostess gift. Anyway, sorry.
Yes,
That's
always bring
true.
a hostess gift.
Even like, okay, so here's when I first started networking in.
Liz,
I know.
this is how this works. Now we're going to be best friends.
I know.
And I didn't even know your name before this.
I
This is
know.
how place cards work.
See?
Okay, my name's on the marquee.
Okay.
But Sutton, what if you're talking to a gentleman next to you and you can't get the vibe, yes or no, so you have to check if he's on Grindr.
Ew.
That's a joke, Sutton. Oh God.
Oh, Alexander.
Okay, never mind. Never mind.
Alexander.
Okay, so I was really surprised to learn about all of your dancing. I knew that you were a supporter of the arts and a great
Yeah.
lover of the arts, but I did not know that you had such a hand in dancing yourself, as well as being a dance teacher. Now, what dance style was your favorite and easiest to dance, and which dance style were you like, I hate doing this?
Oh, I really hated tap. I mean, I was a ballet
That's my
dancer.
favorite.
I know. I didn't like it because I didn't like the
Shocking.
shoes. I thought they were ugly. But
They are very ugly.
they're not cute.
They're not.
But no, I was a ballet dancer. So I think for me to put on a tap shoe was very foreign.
Yeah.
No, I was a ballet dancer and I loved that. And then later I studied modern dance, which had no shoes, which also was for me different because you're the skin on the bottoms of your
Yeah.
feet. In point shoes, it's like your toes get all gnarly, but in modern dance, the bottoms of your feet look like you've been like they're just like a sausage, like ripped off.
Ooh.
It's terrible. But no, I mean, I love all disciplines of dance, and it's been such a weird thing when I would tell people, no, I'm a dancer. In New York City, people kind of knew what that meant. In California, people were like, oh.
Oh, like there's a pole involved?
Yeah.
I just got that, by the way. I was like,
Oh.
They're like, oh, a dancer. I'm like, no, like a classical dancer, or a trained dancer, not a pole dancer. Or
there's
which
an
is
art to
nothing
that
wrong
too.
with that.
Right.
There's an art to that 100%, but that wasn't my genre. I was a like trained professional dancer.
So I have, and I'm sure you do as well, have a lot of friends from the dance industry, and the way that they have the way that they have structured their life is everything is taught by dance. We know as a dancer, it's the hours of rehearsal. It's being strict with your body. It's even, having your mind thinking about the beats while you're, having curved moves and being artistic that way. It's such a dichotomy of art versus structure, but at the center of it all is structure.
Discipline, yeah.
And so that on top of the Southern, childhood, probably. Are you a fun parent?
Yes, I'm so fun.
I see it. I feel it.
And I'm a Virgo. So add
I'm a
that
Virgo,
to,
too.
You are, that's why we
Yes.
like each other immediately.
Interesting.
But you add that, I mean,
Virgo.
I'm kind of an intense parent, but I really love like fun dance parties, especially when they were little, because now they're like, no, they want nothing to do with me. But I love to put on fun music and teach them, like, I taught them the bus stop, fun things like that, and try to get them to just be kind of silly. That was fun for me. I'm not that like strict. I have fun with them.
I also
You don't
think-
believe me?
I
mean,
do.
I just know parents at home are like my mom was very strict but
Yeah.
fun at the same time. So
Yeah.
so I get that. That seems like a very strict background.
Also, I feel like if you have the rules or kind of the parameters of life then you get to have like more
That's right.
freedom and more fun.
That's true.
exactly
as long
it.
as my grades were good and I was a good kid,
No,
like we had so much.
I mean the framework of like be kind to others, be kind to yourself, like write a goddamn thank you note before it's too late,
Yeah.
and go party in the salon and do the bus stop.
Do you do you have a salon?
No, I mean like the salon. Like I'm actually speaking like in real olden time terms. Like
the
the
Hush
salon
Hush
is
Sweet
no,
Charlotte
not like your
salon?
hair salon, but I mean like more like
the
the
harpsichord
parlor,
was
like
playing.
the parlor. Yes.
Yes.
But I am
There was a
kind of-
minstrel.
I have the goofy mom gene in me too. So, and especially with other people's kids, because I'm like,
Oh yeah.
I can ruin them. That's fine. But mine, not so much. But I don't know. I think I'm kind of the fun mom in the super nerdy Mrs. Brady kind of way.
She has Grateful Dead on her jacket.
Interesting.
She's fun.
Yeah, she's a cool mom. I want to know, as a dance teacher, dance teachers have a very unique relationship with their students because, yes, they're teaching them their art, but you tend to find out a little bit about their personal life because they have everything going on. And, we've all seen Fame. But as a dance teacher, what mistakes did you see students make in the industry, but also in their personal life that now, as a mom, you wanted to just like tell them, like, don't do that, stop doing that?
There's one word.
Yeah.
Cheerleading.
I totally get it.
You mean don't cheerlead?
Well,
Yeah.
see what I've noticed. I know. Look, go team. I went to a fine arts school, so we didn't have a football team. We didn't have cheerleaders. But I
Yes,
think
you did. It was every boy in the theater department.
100% it was.
cheerleader.
100% it was. No, but I think when I look back at students, they would get kind of lured in by the idea of popularity and want to be like a cheerleader. I'm like, but you're a beautiful dancer, and you can't do both. It just doesn't happen.
Takes responsibility.
Cheering is very difficult, so you have to that's also a huge discipline in and of itself. But you can't be a cheerleader and be a ballet dancer at the
Isn't
same
it more
time.
like gymnastics? I don't know that all that
cheerleading
twirling.
and gymnastics.
Yeah,
I
they,
think
they
gymnastics
throw
is
you in the
crazy.
air. They throw you
It's
around,
crazy,
throw you in the air
yeah.
like you just don't care.
But
I mean,
Sutton, what I took from that was not just the actual cheerleading, but kind of like a symbolism for, we want like the quick, flashy thing and the fun thing for now, and we're not willing to stay focused and work hard
that's right.
towards something with, I don't want to say loftier because that means I don't want to put anybody in cheerleading down, but you get what I'm saying.
sure.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's more fun to do something that's more readily accepted, I think, in our society, and putting on a short skirt. And let me tell you, those cheerleaders, they work their fantails off. But if you really are a beautiful dancer, it's harder to understand that person because, they're not rah-rahing in the stadium thing. They're on stage. And like in a ballet like Giselle, you don't have like your whole student body there raising their arms up and cheering you on, for lack of better words. So it's a harder thing to do. And I think you have to reach deeper inside yourself if you want to do a fine art, and they're called fine arts for a reason. And so I think a lot of our kids now don't want to do that. They want to do it's not an easy way out. It's a different way out. But, I just hope it doesn't all get lost in like the TikTok dances and all of that. That's so
What is
quick.
this? Why are they thrusting
And
their
there's certain
elbows? I
influencers
just don't
that's
get
all
it.
that they're doing. And you know that they've studied the whole day before, and that's all that they've done
But what is this?
for this like
That's right.
60-second
But
thing.
why?
And
The
it's all that they
flossing,
do.
I can't. I mean,
But
my own
I like
household,
a
I
little
was like,
floss.
stop.
But I
I know, but-
really, really want to know who started the weird.
Wait, I will
elbows?
tell you where it comes from. It actually comes from, and we had her on the show. Remember Toni Basil? And she did the "Hey Mickey, you're so fun." Hey,
Oh,
hey
yeah.
Mickey. She was one of the first white women in the hip hop world, and she was a leader. And she did that lock and
Pop and lock.
Pop and lock.
Wow.
That was-
okay.
that
Here
was
I am.
her
Don't worry,
creation.
listeners. I'm here.
But that was her creation. And as this, this white girl with these hip hop dancers, they were like, "What the hell is this?" But she kind of blended bridges between different forms of dance, and she's still teaching classes to this day. And so it is grounded in that, but it has become this cartoon version of this is all I can do, and now I'm an influencer. Pay me money, and that's all I have to say. Blah.
All I can say is the
Cheerleading.
ballet is so chic. Like,
And it's hard.
I'm from San Francisco, opening of the ballet every year. Like, get out of here. Like,
I mean, those
chic.
people, they're athletes, they're artists, they're
They're
everything.
athletes. Black
It's
Swan, hilarious.
unbelievable.
Well, and we know also, I mean, their bodies are great. So like a gymnast in ballet, it's like, oh yes, they're so beautiful and they're so flexible.
So
like,
hungry.
But then you get them in bed and like you said, their feet, it's
Yeah.
like bunions for toes, which we love because that's part
Socks.
of the art.
Socks.
Okay, I want to know about the move from North Carolina. This is the world that you knew
Yeah.
with your family, with your tradition. We're talking about hundreds of years of family tradition. Then you moved to NYC.
Yeah.
What inspired you to move? And then what was that move like? What was the hardest thing to get used to from living there?
I don't know. I think when I moved to Charlotte, it was my stepping stone because I'd only lived in Augusta or Spartanburg where I went to school for college. So I thought, I'm going to move to the big city of Charlotte, North Carolina. And, well, it seemed like one to me, and I thought I'm going to do this. And I knew I was only going to live there a year. And then my goal was to move to New York. And I did it. I wanted to be a choreographer. And I wanted to study. See, this is like nerdy stuff that people don't. I love the work of Jose Limon, and I wanted to study that technique. It's like ballet dance terms.
Love it.
So I moved up there, and I didn't have a job. My father did rent me a U-Haul. He was very opposed to me moving up there, and so he rented me a U-Haul. I put whatever I could in there, and I moved up to New York. Didn't have a job, and got a job, as a nanny. So that I could.
I think we're twins.
Oh
I
my
was a
God.
nanny all in my 20s. This
See?
is really.
And in New York, it was
and
great.
I did it in New York, and I'm dying. I'm sorry, Alexander. I know you thought we were twins, but move over.
Literally, that was like, oh, okay. But I'm
Sorry,
getting
Alexander.
this image of this dancer with this U-Haul and this and the southern accent driving
Did
into
you
the
drive
city.
the U-Haul yourself?
What my boyfriend did at the time.
Of course. Good.
Yeah,
Good on him.
who I actually ended up marrying. But so that was good. He put in the legwork for that one. But he drove.
I know
me out
us
there.
lesbians drive around U-Hauls, and
Well,
sometimes it
Look,
works.
that's
and
your
sometimes
first
it
date.
doesn't.
It's like, does the U-Haul fit?
No, but I
Better.
moved up there, and I was a live-in nanny, and I got to study dance and
Oh, that's interesting.
do auditions and stuff. And it was. I will say this: New York was. I loved it because obviously I am a rule follower and a disciplinarian, and so I loved the subway. Because New Yorkers are like,
It's all scheduled, it's on a grid.
do not come. The doors are closing. They're closing, ma'am. They do not care. They do not care. They're like, no, they are so mean to you. And I loved it. I was like, that's right. Because I'd read my little books like, and do not look up and look at me or smile. I loved all the rules of New York. And don't you dare cross the street if it's a yellow light. Don't do it unless you think you can make it.
They
don't.
care. Yeah.
I loved it. And but I think for me, my accent did kind of impede me in some ways because I would get a lot of questions about my accent and what I was doing there. And the first, I would get this question all the time, and it sounds so dumb. This is like 1996. Oh, so you're a racist. And I'm like, no, I just have a Southern accent. I don't even know. I mean, no, it really happened all the time. So I'm very sensitive to that subject.
Of course.
But, what I really started doing when I started working for Merce Cunningham, I was working in the studio first and then ended up in development and writing grants and doing all of that kind of thing and talking to board members. And so I learned how to change my voice. And I had my telephone voice or my board member voice. My mother told me I sounded like a Yankee, but because I didn't, she did, because I didn't want my accent to get in the way of what I was saying or how I was. I wanted people to hear me and not judge me by my accent. So that was the hardest part, I think, for me moving to New York. Otherwise, I loved it. I was like kid in a candy store.
How long were you there for?
I was there for 6 years.
Oh, okay.
That's a good chunk of time.
Yeah, that
It's
is.
a
That
good
really
chunk
is.
of time, and I got married there in New York, and I got
In the city?
in the city.
You didn't get married in the South.
No, I was happy to get.
What did your family say? Did they?
They
my
were
God.
so happy. Are you kidding me? My dad wore a morning coat. I got
Wait,
married.
tell me everything. I need details.
I know. I got married
Dead.
at New York Presbyterian on Park Avenue.
Dead.
And
Dead.
I was in the junior league, and so
So was my mom. Oh my God. Move over, Alexander.
let me tell you, the New York Junior League is badass.
Yeah,
though.
no shit.
We were serious volunteers, and I learned a lot about volunteerism and how to teach volunteers, which went well for me later in years. But our wedding guests walked from the church down Park Avenue to the Junior League, which was in this beautiful townhouse, the Waldorf. I think it was it the Waldorfs?
This is like a movie.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. And not like 90 people, so it was very sweet. But and I had my first baby in New York. So
I love New York to visit. I can't imagine being pregnant in New York.
well, during
Forget it.
9/11. So I found out I was pregnant like really the day before I think 9/11 hit.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my God.
Yeah, and it was crazy. And I lived on the Upper East Side, but I could see the smoke coming towards, like
course.
coming uptown. And I said, we got to get out of here.
Yeah.
And so we ended up moving back to Augusta because of 9/11. Wow. And my husband's job was flexible enough that he could work from Augusta. But I always kept ties with New York. I could never let it go because I felt like, I'd really gotten my New Yorker like
Badge,
patch.
yeah.
Badge.
And
So-
plus, I mean, home of the arts,
yeah, I mean, I couldn't leave it entirely. And, I swear, I think I moved to New York and a month later, I was looking at apartments again. I'm like, I got to get out of Augusta. So, it was just, and it's why I always go back there. I have an apartment there. I just love it. And it's such a great city. It's sort of my home away from home, to be honest.
I feel the same. And this is the longest in COVID I haven't. My sister
Me too.
is in New York. I went to the new school. This is the longest I have.
I love the new school.
I think I might be in love, Alexander. But this is
I love
the
that one
longest.
pizza place on 4th
I
Avenue.
hate you. I hate you. This is the longest I haven't been in New York. I think in probably my whole adult life, if not my whole life.
Yeah.
And I can't.
Me too.
Isn't
I
it
think,
crazy?
Yeah. I'm going
like,
to Nello first thing. I'm going in April. I'm going to meet my daughter from college, and I'm going to Nello for lunch. That is first thing.
And this is what I love about being able to sit and chat. From the Bravo TV world, from the Housewives world, we're fed of what a personality is and, how you were introduced on the show. And we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to talk Housewives. But for now, this is nice, is getting to know the backstory, getting to know everything that you've had to do to get where you are in terms of how to be a nanny. I studied dance. There's so many components to what makes you who you are. And on TV, we see certain versions of what we're presented. And so this is my favorite part about my job is chatting and getting to know the person behind the persona. And one of the other personas that you have is a businesswoman. And I want to know about being a businesswoman during COVID, especially.
Yeah.
Sutton, your store in West Hollywood, it's a mix of everything. It's furniture, it's jewelry, it's clothing, but it's certainly a challenging time. What's a challenging time at any time for a business owner? But now during COVID, talk to me a little bit of how you've had to kind of modify your business plan and how you kind of waded through this situation.
Yeah, it was crazy because it took me 3 years to get the nerve to actually open the store. So I finally opened, and then 5 months later, COVID hit and we had to close. So, it was a bitter pill to swallow, but it gave us some time to work on our online stuff, which we hadn't done because just getting the store ready and doing the buys and doing all of that took all of our energy. So we kind of turned the frown upside down, worked on our online, and which started taking off.
It's a beautiful website.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. And it's very near and dear to all of our hearts. Everybody that works with me and works in the store, it's a very collaborative effort. And I think when I came up with the boutique concept, I really wanted it to be very organic and not just flood it with designers that you can see down the street or around the corner. So that was tough at first to really find these new, young, and up-and-coming designers. We have evolved and keep finding more and more, so it's been so fun. And I have to say, I kept telling everybody, I don't know what I'm doing. So we are very clear. I've never owned a store, but I've run a
But you've been in many
company.
stores. Let's just be honest. You've been in many stores.
I've shopped, and I know good stuff. So that was in my, that was the good part. But no, I mean, I'd never run a business, but I'd run a dance company. So I kind of understand numbers and budgets and that kind of thing, which is surprising because I'm not really great at math. It's not my forte. But learning all of this has been incredibly great for me because it's making me grow as a person. And I think not getting stifled in the role that I led for many years, which was wife and mother, and to step out of that and out of my comfort zone and say, I'm a store owner, I'm a businesswoman, and keep going. So it's been a great challenge.
And it seems to me that your life has been challenging yourself to the next step, such as moving to Charlotte, moving to New York, starting a family there, and kind of pushing yourself, even, going on TV. It's all these challenges that you're giving yourself, and you learn more and more, and you become a spokesperson for women business owners.
Well, let me tell you, it's so true. And I think especially I did decide to stay at home and raise children. And that changes as your children get older and you start to realize, and I was watching friends and other women around me with like high school kids, and they were like, what do you do? When they're,
Right.
and I started to feel, my kids were like 10. I'm like, oh no, because I love to be a lady who lunches, but how long does that take you into your life? And how can I challenge my brain? So I think hopefully I can be an inspiration to other women. Like, you can do this no matter what it is. If you want to be a car salesman, go and do that. Like, make it your career aspiration and do it. Get out of the house, like shed that skin, because you can be mother and entrepreneur. You can do all of this. We have it in us because we're women. So we're amazing. So, there's that.
Hey.
Well,
Sorry.
and I know in the LA and the Beverly Hills culture, there's a lot of people that will play a mom, will play a business owner, but when it comes down to it, they're not really doing it. Like, that's not the hands-on. They're not open and honest about their journey. Like, oh, I don't really know how to do this, but I'm going to learn and we're going to make it work.
Yeah. Well, it's like when you have a baby. My first baby, I was like, I don't know about this. I couldn't pick her up for 5 days. I was scared I was going to break her head off. I didn't know.
My mom was afraid to wash me because she's like, I
The
don't.
washing is the worst. They're so slippery. They are so slippery.
They are so slippery. Babies
They're
are
so
the
daggum
slipperiest.
slippery, and their mouths are open, and that umbilical cord situation.
Oh my God! God, if I ever was
can't-
not going to have kids, I'm definitely not going to have
But
kids.
you survive, you learn. But so you learn and grow through that. And so, this is just another step in life for me. Personally, I am,
Challenging.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, I'm a little bit of an A-type alpha person, so
No.
Well,
No way.
perfectionist. It's okay.
Get out of here.
I go to therapy.
She's
for
a friend of the show, and then she it's the star of the show. Okay. So shy.
Star. Literally a star.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we are going to answer your questions, and we're going to talk everything Housewives when we come back. And we're back. I like that break a lot better. Okay, I want to start talking about Housewives with this super, super cute video that went viral this week.
Oh God.
TikToker Vincent Ward, he created vaccines as the housewife intros. So
Oh my
of
God,
course
stop.
it's Moderna, Pfizer, and Johnson & Johnson. And he's this cute little kid, and he well, not little kid, but he's this cute personality, and this has gone viral. Even like Khloe Kardashian is liking it. So let's take a look at Vinny Ward's little TikTok. It's so cute and fun. Go ahead and play it, Kurt.
Yeah, he's not a little kid.
Yeah, he's
He's a big
30.
kid.
So here are the 3 COVID vaccines as Real Housewife intros.
I may only be 66% effective, but I'm 100% that bitch. I'm different from these other girls. You'll remember my name for all modernity. Unlike the P in my name, I will never be silenced.
That's it. Okay. Bye. Love you. Bye.
Oh, he's so
Oh my God,
he's
he's
so
cute.
cute and shy, and it's gone viral. And he's even been like, "Oh,
I love the earring.
And yes, he's
Little
so
feather.
great.
Little feather. Little feather.
So
Feather.
thank you, Vinny. Follow Vinny on TikTok at VWard98 and on Instagram at Vinny_draw. Thank you for letting us play that on the show. That's a cute
was
cute way.
I think he was born in 1998. That's
Yeah.
the 98, so he's not a kid.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But I love that it's something fun and positive with Housewives. We're going to talk. Okay. How did you first get involved in the Housewife franchise? Did you have to audition? Did you watch the show before?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think that when people say they don't watch the show, they're lying.
True.
I just honestly, I do. And
You at least
Correct.
know about it. I mean,
Correct.
hello.
yeah, I mean, you've seen it every now and then. So of course I've watched it, and I'm not a diehard fan, so there have been many instances when I'm like, I don't have no idea what you're talking about right now,
Yeah.
and you can't say that when you're filming because
And fans, like, if you forget one little sub storyline, fans will be like,
It's
"Blah, blah, blah, blah."
The
I am clueless. I have no
The Bravo
idea.
fans, because as we talked about, I'm kind of adjacent. It is It's something else. The
They're like
Bravo
Trekkies.
fans.
Like
yeah.
on episode 98, you didn't press that button, but you pressed that button,
It's
and
wild.
like it's crazy.
I'm learning about the fans, and they are. But you know, for me, you take the good and the bad because I've gotten some really harsh things, and then a lot of love. So you have to really focus on the love part, I think, from the fans because you can really get beaten down a little bit. But yeah, of course, I auditioned and did all of that, and didn't even know. I just had no idea what I was getting into.
What made
None.
you want to audition? What made you want to be part of this crazy world?
You know, I don't know. I think I had been asked a couple of times and never felt like I never thought that it was something that I would be interested in. And I think also my ex-husband would, when I was married, would never have let me do anything like that. So I was going through this transition of like, you know, divorcee, entrepreneur person that I didn't even know I was going to become. And so I was like, all right, let's give it a go and see what happens.
And able to like focus on you. This is your story that's being told
Yeah.
without anybody else.
Well, and I think I've had years and years of taking care of others.
Yeah.
And, you know, this can be controversial in your life as a person with friends or loved ones, because I am actually owning my own life and I'm taking care of myself now. And it just, and even last season, I think I was a bit more reserved because I wasn't really, I'm a bit humble, I think. And so I didn't want to push too much, but now I'm like out of my way.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I'm like, no, I'm not going to be polite anymore. I'm going to be polite, but in a non-polite way.
And it was a wild season, especially
there
with
was
the
a lot
Denise
going
and the
on.
Brandy.
I was so confused last season. I've got to tell you, I'm not lying. I would be like,
There's sometimes, like, especially during the reunion, and they cut to you and you're like, I don't know, I don't care. Get over it, girls. What's next?
I'm like, why are we talking about this still? I
That's
don't get-
exactly.
like, why? But Denise did confuse me, and I loved her. And I'm sad. I mean, I really.
I was a
miss
fan
her.
of hers, and she
I loved
confused
her.
me. It's like maybe
But
it got
for
into her
me,
head
I'm
or
like,
something.
are we allowed? The first time she ever did the Bravo, Bravo, Bravo thing, I was looking around like, wait, are we allowed to do that? Because I want to do it only to clarification, please.
Yeah, exactly.
What's happening? Because I don't know what they're talking about right now. I was always confused.
Wait, I actually have a question.
Mm.
Why were y'all at that the restaurant, the Bravo Bravo? I believe it was at that awful restaurant in Hollywood, that Greek one.
It was delicious.
Was it? Remember I talked about this the last
Yeah.
time, and I was like,
It was
they're
de-
definitely
actually,
not
it was
eating.
the hummus was good. I had the hummus.
I mean, Sutton,
It was
have you
clo-
ever been to that restaurant before? Like,
I have been
It's
to
new
so many places.
opportunities.
Listen, let me tell you, this is how you learn because
they're like,
I have
production's making me go here. Why are we
I
here?
have been to more restaurants that I never knew existed. But you know, some are good, some are great, some are bad. I think it was close to Erica's Playhouse or whatever.
That makes sense.
So
right.
we, you know, it was really close in
Got it.
proximity, and
But y'all are not
Yeah, that
eating
was
there.
the
Get
first-
out of here.
But I-
Nobody is eating
I
in
do
the middle
like to
of
see that.
Hollywood.
I love to see that though, because there are some locations it's like, yeah,
well, that was a weird one
Buco de
though, for
Beppo.
me.
Yeah, because it's
Boop
in the
it a bop.
it's on
bippity
Buco-
boppity boo.
it's literally on
Nobody's going there.
or it's on Hollywood and Vine. Nobody who lives in Los Angeles is hanging out on Hollywood and Vine. And oh, by the way, no one's even going to the Pantages. I hate to break it to you, especially you, Alexander. I know you go to a show here
Thank
and
you for
there.
saying Pantages, by the way. I think they say it in a different way, but I say Pantages.
What's the name? I thought it was Pantages.
Is it Pantages?
No, it's the Pantages.
I like
It's the
Pantages. That
Pantages
feels
family.
like,
The
that feels a
Pantages
flair.
family, huge part of theater. No, it's the Pantages.
But that was
and
the
I
fir-
go to
Excuse
shows
me,
there.
Alexander, I have a story.
Oh,
Because we went. No, but that dinner was a weird one for me because
you ate at a weird restaurant at the bottom of the W Hotel. Yes, I know.
Besides that, but I had kind of like my first meltdown on camera, one of many, and I was raising my voice almost a little bit because Dorit was coming for me, and that was what became my catchphrase with the "Let the Mouse Go." But there were not very many people in that restaurant. I'm not going to lie, but they kind of spread it out so that they can get the cameras in there. But I was all of a sudden very aware that people were in that restaurant as I was kind of shouting.
Right.
And it was my first moment of, Oh gosh.
It's like, now you're on the show. This is what people do. I've always thought that was so interesting to see is when somebody start raising their voice and it's like a parent's like, okay, this is part of the show.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, you raising your voice and shouting is like me right now. Like it's not that bad. You still always held yourself with composure, even if you had something to say, even if you were upset. And it's like the other girls need to learn that the louder you talk doesn't make what you're saying right, doesn't make what you're saying interesting, doesn't make you interesting just by raising your voice. They need to do like the Sutton vocal techniques.
Yeah. I may have found my voice.
So I want to know, when we were first introduced to you on the show, it was all about Dolce & Gabbana, the tiara, couture.
I hated that picture. It was awful.
But are you displeased that they focused on your material stuff rather than on introducing you as you, such as former dance teacher with this arts background and the debutante? It was all about the materialist. That was your first episode. And so I know a lot of us in the Bravo world was like, number one, there's a new girl in town. Thank God, because I'm going to be honest, I didn't watch the season before because it was losing its magic for me. Having a personality like you, like Garcelle, there was some fresh blood and it was different. And it was such a breath of fresh air. But then the first time they introduce you, it's all about materialistic stuff. And it's like, that can't be what this woman's all about.
Yeah, well, it's an easy thing. It's a surface thing. And I think the way the show does, it can start surface and then go deeper and deeper and deeper the more that you get to know everybody. And, I think that's typical for a lot of people that walk around the earth. We start superficial and then we go deeper. So, yeah, did it bug me? No. What bugged me more was that outfit, because I just want to talk about it because I hated that outfit.
Well, who put you in the outfit?
I bought it.
But
I bought it. I'm gonna wear it.
Because I'm pretty sure you had a say in the outfit.
But I hadn't tried it on.
Did they? I guess here's my question.
God, this definitely needs a sip of booze.
Yeah, get it. Here's my question.
Oh, and we still have to play Truth or Sip, so you better refill, girl.
Okay, we're going to refill.
All right. Here's a question. I'm obsessed.
I want you to do the Calm app, how they have the celebrities read stories to you.
ASMR.
I want to hear Sutton's stories. It's like, I found my voice. Go to sleep, bitch.
Oh my God, dead. Wait, so here's a question that I have for all the fashion.
Let me get my gallon of ocean spray.
Ruby
red.
This is so cute.
The two of you and your ocean spray is so offensive.
So adorable.
It's ruby
so
red.
Cute. Oh God, it's so cute.
Anybody got a LaCroix on deck?
Well, I don't have a cocktail napkin, that's for sure.
Oh,
so
because we have branded coasters, that's why.
Okay,
actually,
wait.
we do have cocktail napkins. Can you get one of the?
I'm teasing.
No, we have cocktail napkins that have little quotes on them.
Question.
Yes.
So for the promo photos, the pink and the slime green, which was so on trend last year, which fine, but okay. Do they tell you, and for the reunion, do they say, ladies, these are the colors you can pick. This is the vibe of the set. Can you do X, Y, and Z?
Am I allowed to say?
Oh, I think I'm not asking specific. I'm just asking, are you?
Yeah,
y'all are color coordinated, so I'm assuming somebody says you have to.
They give
wear
us a
these
color palette. Yeah.
Yeah, do you get a mood board?
Yes.
What? Yeah. What happened? Now, do you all? I guess. In making sure, don't worry, PR is staring in my eyes. I am terrified, but I think I'm okay. I'm a seasoned person in this. Do you have to?
I'm texting my lawyer right now.
Do you? I'm not asking anything crazy. I'm just saying, okay, so they give you a mood board. Yeah. Makes sense because y'all are color coordinated.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have to get approval on what you wear? Am I allowed to ask that?
Yeah, you don't. Yeah.
Okay. You do have to get approval.
Yeah.
I'm talking for the main photo
for everything.
This is with the app with the orange or the whatever. Oh my God, I'm terrified. Did I get in trouble?
No, because every season kind of has
a theme. Y'all get a theme. Okay, but do you have to be like, this is what I'm gonna wear and this is my hair and everything?
So you bring several options and
and then they pick.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you brought several options and that's the dress they picked and now you hate it.
I may not have brought several options.
Oh, you brought the one.
You
looked great, though. I don't know
But here's
why.
the thing. We have seen everybody's style and look change. I mean, if you see Nene Leakes from her first season, it's like,
Okay, first of all,
who
Nene
was that?
Leakes it's not the same person. Nene Leakes
Links?
season 1.
She's going to create a sausage factory called Nene Links. Get your Nene Links with Jimmy Dean sausages.
I'm just saying, you're talking about what people look like. Nene Leakes, bless her heart, from season 1 to the end I think it's like her cousin playing Nene Leakes in the end.
But that's what I mean. When you know, your first season, like and then you see yourself, you watch the show. We have seen everybody's look change. So I'm sure that has to do part of it too. It's like, you didn't know what to expect for your first time.
Yeah, I mean it's.
I think you looked great.
Thank you.
Oh,
Well,
I think so too. I mean, I didn't see a problem at all.
it's just it was not a color that I would have normally chosen.
Nobody
So
wanted slime green last season.
but it pushed me out of my comfort zone.
There you
So
go.
I think that's okay.
But I thought you looked great.
Sutton, what have you learned about yourself the most from doing the show?
Besides the fact that I'm self-absorbed.
Really? I didn't
think so at all.
get that at
No.
all.
Well, one of the comments that we got in our comments and what I got emailed was that it was so refreshing to have somebody speak their mind, not just to be outrageous, not just to have camera time, but because that's who you were, was to speak your mind.
and that's gonna.
I agree.
Boom.
I think I had the weird circumstance of not being an actress and not being in the industry at all,
Right.
and so maybe I was a bit fresh off the turnip truck.
But I think that was the winning thing because you didn't have anything to prove.
No, I didn't care.
You didn't have to be like, I'm still a famous actress or I'm going to be on Broadway.
I didn't care, but I think for me, what I've learned through the first season was to speak up more. And in fact, I just went to dinner with a friend, and she said something that really offended me, and I was like, "That was really offensive, and you need to apologize to me and everyone at this table." And she goes, "Well, I'm sorry you feel that way." And I said, "That is not an apology."
True.
And I got home and I was talking to another friend on the phone, and I said,
Maybe you took
I've been
you went from A to
housewifed.
Z.
I've
Yeah.
been housewifed. I'm speaking the words
Love
are just
it.
coming out. and
That
I-
does seem like it was from an episode.
I'm like,
Usually I was
what
like,
is happening to
don't
me?
say that again, bitch, is what I would say.
Well, I
But,
wouldn't
like,
say that. But you see how far that gets you.
I have. I have. That police escort going the wrong way. How have your friends and family responded to you being on the show?
Well, my favorite is my son, who was 16 when it came on. He'd never seen the show before, and every Wednesday he's like, "Mommy." And yes, he calls me mommy because I make him.
So cute.
Don't tell him. Don't tell his friends that he does that. But I said, "You may call me mommy to my face, but to your friends, whatever. But mommy to me."
I think that's so cute.
But he was like, "It is 9 o'clock, mommy. Come on."
I think that's so cute.
And he told one of his friends, he goes, "It's addictive."
It
He loved
is.
it. He
Gay,
loved it.
straight,
I was like,
old, young, I don't care who you are. You could be Helen Keller and you'd be like, I'm going to watch the show.
Yeah, so that was fun. Other than that, maybe some people have said, "Oh, you've changed a little bit." I don't think so. I think I'm maybe more outspoken than I was before, but that's about it.
And you're a business owner, so you have to be outspoken and be like, boom, this is my decision.
I have to make decisions really quickly and be a bit more forceful than I'm just taking my practice as a mother and putting it in front of people now. Poor Josh, my assistant, he's like, "Oh boy, yeah, I get it at home."
Oh, yeah, poor Josh with that hair that hasn't
I was
moved in
gonna
the last
say.
hour. Poor Josh, he's so beautiful. Poor guy.
Also, Josh has like a suntan. I'm like, where have you been?
We
Not
were
in the
Cabo.
house. Oh, in Cabo. Oh,
Yeah.
wah, wah.
Didn't you follow her Instagram? I was like, I hope she comes back to the show on time. I literally was today. It's like, what's she doing in Cabo? Okay, we're gonna play a little truth or sip. So get your drinks out.
Okay.
Kurt, take it away.
Truth or sip on the Rocks with Alexander.
That picture's so good.
That was actually taken in my own bedroom, by the way. After Zoom, I was like, let's take a picture. It looks really good.
cute.
Thank you, Facetune. That's my Grindr picture, too. They're like, whoa, I get all that? Yes, you do. Okay, we're playing Truth or Sip. So here's the thing of the game. You either have to answer the question. If you don't want to answer the question, you have to take a sip.
Okay. I can follow these directions.
Okay. So, Liz, I'm going to start with you. Just to lead her. If you were to give Andy Cohen one note, what would it be?
Oh, I don't want to do this.
And we all want a show on Bravo, so I don't think anybody would do that. There we go. A Bravo TV show that could be canceled and you'd be okay with it.
Not ours.
Summer
No.
House.
Oh,
I'm so sorry,
golly.
Hannah. I'm
just
so
gonna
sorry,
sip
Paige.
To that. I mean, no, that's sad.
Really? You guys really
I could
love
see you on that show, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I'm over the hill for it.
I'm gonna need some more vodka. This is not even strong
Like,
enough.
what are y'all talking about? You think I could be
No,
on
no.
Summer House?
Yes.
I need a real life.
Because you would walk in and all the guys would be like, yeah. And then like 3 episodes in, you'd be like, yeah, my wife. And they'd be like, huh?
Okay.
And it would
that
be like
that
a
makes me
whole-
feel pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Ask me another one.
Okay. So now we're going to get into the general room. I just wanted to, Sutton, to just come relax
good,
into
okay.
it. Just there. Okay. Sutton, housewife, you think from Beverly Hills that you think could leave the show and it would make the show better.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Sip. Okay, Liz.
Oh,
Thank God Sutton brought her team. They're going to carry her out.
Oh,
Okay, so
please.
here's the thing.
I'm Southern. Remember that.
I'm Latino.
Okay.
Remember that.
Okay.
My quinceañera, they're still talking about it.
Well, okay, I don't know anything about the new season, but okay, I have to explain myself.
Okay.
Unless Erica doesn't talk about the crazy ass shit going on, including Army Hammer in the backyard, everything, then Erica, I am fine with just looking at her on the internet versus having her on the show. While I stand for her, if she doesn't bring a little bit of juice, I don't think it's fair anymore.
I think that they could be out of her hands and more of a legal matter. That's all I'm going to say.
Fine, then Dorit. Bye.
Oh, Dorit.
I mean, that new face, fucking glow up. I can't.
If you're going to have a new face, at least have a new personality or a personality. Okay. Sutton, sip or truth? Fakest thing.
I feel like I'm gonna do a lot of sipping.
That's totally fine.
It's like a sip and see.
Sip and see me fall down. Okay.
And bum.
Sutton, the fakest thing that happened during your season that we still don't know about, and it could be like a little thing, like that person was not real, or that person did this. Like,
Oh my God, please tell me somebody had a
the
fake
fakest
purse.
thing. I would too. I wouldn't want to bring out my real stuff to be all dirty and all that and stolen. We saw what happened to Kyle and her riches.
Oh,
That was the ghost.
throw the bottle down for that one. No, I think everything's pretty real. That
Really?
That was one of the things for me that was most surprising because I'm like, oh, it's reality, and people think that things are scripted, and they're just really not. You can't make this shit up.
It's very interesting. I think there are certain personalities that are more real than others. I've been on a few episodes of Beverly Hills Housewives, never titled or anything, but there's been something where somebody said something funny and they said, okay, say that, but say it again so that we can reposition people and stuff like that. And I'm talking early show. And I've heard because of the energy that you ladies had this last season that they couldn't even do that because it was like boom, boom, boom. It was like, this is what you got.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't experienced that. Only if it's like a one-on-one and they want to position you and then they have to do something because like an airplane's going by or something like that. But that's it. I mean, we aren't told what to say. We don't have any scripts or anything like that. And we just go and chit chat. There's a lot to talk about.
There is a lot to talk about. Okay. The biggest lush from Beverly Hills Housewives.
Probably me behind closed doors because you can't reveal all secrets.
I literally just want to I want to put on jammies and I want to like hang out at your house, bring my sleeping bag and like talk.
Well, you better do some karaoke because
Oh my God, do you
We're both
realize?
singers in our past life.
Be careful.
What's your karaoke song?
Look at this stuff.
Isn't it neat? By the way, that's me in Sutton's closet. I'm like,
Oh yeah, she's like, and this thingamabob, it's called Dolce.
I want more. Yeah, don't. What? Oh,
Let's hear
Echo.
Let's hear.
I want more. I want to be where the people are. Yes. I want to see them dancing.
That was so good. Clip that, Kurt. We're sending that to TMZ. So, you know what? You're going to get a call from the Chicago producers.
Oh my God. No, it would be Little Mermaid producers.
Yes.
Yes. Thank Big.
Okay, that was so good.
That was, I mean,
Okay.
chef kiss.
Truth or sip? Was Erica Jane any good in Chicago?
She was she was good.
Okay.
I mean it. I was sitting in the theater just mesmerized by her. Her voice was good. The dance was good. It's hard what those girls do.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
Chicago
yeah,
is
for
a
sure.
very
I mean,
hard.
that's a
I
tough
was
one.
so impressed, and I just felt like it came from her heart, and you could tell.
Because you have a dance background too, so you're like Fosse. No,
Oh my God, I'm dying.
but we know like sometimes like when they had Terry Hatcher in
I've thought
Chicago,
about-
they're
I've
like
thought about-
behind her
First of
doing
all-
Fosse, and then she's like, yeah.
Both of y'all kick rocks because I saw Antonio Banderas and Melanie Griffith in Chicago when I went to the new school, and I was like, get them a respirator.
Oh
Oh no, I think it was how good it was.
No.
Antonio Banderas can do no wrong.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
He just can
He's
stand.
Fine, but poor Melanie. And also the arm tattoo is just so, it's not okay. The heart with Antonio on her arm.
Oh,
If
I
Antonio
didn't know
Banderas was my husband,
You didn't
he
know
could
that?
tattoo any part of my body. I don't care.
I liked him as a little pussycat, but other than that, I don't know. It's
Oh,
not
Puss
for
in
me.
Boots. Oh, okay. Lisa Rinna, fake or sincere?
sincere.
Oh, okay.
You don't feel that? I feel that. I feel like Rinna is a lot
I'm
of
gonna
fun.
sip on my own. Not gonna answer that. Okay.
Oh, okay. Rinna,
Um,
call me. Come on, scissoring isn't a thing. Anytime you want.
Okay, so this is from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills fan page. We're still going to continue the truth or sip.
I'll just sip. It's fine.
What is your reaction? And you don't have to answer this if you don't want to, obviously. Cindy Crum wants to know, what was your reaction to the Erica Girardi scandal? Have you talked to her about it?
First of all, are you insane to ask that question?
I'm asking.
There is
Cindy
no.
Crum asked it. I didn't.
Ow, tell Cindy
Okay,
also
so
to kick
sip.
rocks.
Everybody sip.
You're welcome. Jesus Christ, Alexander. Ain't nobody going to talk about that.
Emily Boyle wants to know, is Garcelle really loyal or is it just for show?
No, I love her.
Got it.
Even though I got to tell you.
We're not going to answer any more of these.
Yeah, what are you?
That is the end of Truth or Sip.
I died when she asked
just
you
got
about
sued.
money.
You know what?
Was that prompted?
That's so rude.
That was
That is
so
so
rude.
rude.
Okay, first of all, it was. However, she asked me that, and I think my reaction just
It was amazing.
it broke,
I think you taught her something.
it broke all of the ice between us, and we were friends in that moment instantly, and we still are. I adore her. I think she's great. She, I think she may have been prompted to ask that, and just it
It
kind of
seemed
silly.
Fine.
But I'm glad she did because it made us.
It broke the ice.
laugh. Yeah, because it's a dumb question.
But
It
I-
was crazy.
But it's really a rude question to ask. But I think sometimes with friendships, you do something a little inappropriate. It's like, and it's like,
Yeah,
okay,
it's
then
just-
we're friends. We got through that shit. You can tell me, and I can tell you stuff.
There's not a lot Garcelle can do that I would get angry about, but truly, because I think of that moment.
Like I said, I'm
you all
choking to
right?
death.
You good?
Do you need the Hamlet?
Okay. But I think you and Garcelle have a very, like I said, a very fresh energy
Yes,
where it's
I
real.
like
It's
it a
like,
lot.
I don't need to prove myself to anybody here. I earned my place on the show, so I'm going to be on the show. Whether you like it or not, I'm going to say what you like or not. It's going to be rehearsed. It's who I am. And, she's a single mom, too.
Yeah, we have the same custody schedule, so it's
That's fun. Because you
It's
could be
weird.
like, it's wine weekend.
yeah, totally. I'm going over there on Thursday night. I'm like, I'm coming over.
Be right there.
Yeah,
Look,
she's
I'm all of a
we
sudden
have
free.
so much fun together, but I think we both struggle with custody and that whole thing, and
Yeah.
being the show is very it's intense, and so you have this mother guilt that kind of surrounds you, especially when you have week on, week off. And it's your week and you have to go do a bunch of stuff. It makes you like kind of cringe. So we have that in common, and it's a big bond for the two of us for sure.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And there is an added pressure when you're a single mom and you have all of that going on, and then you have to present yourself on a reality show. Our friend from Instagram, BBF Bravo, who also you love.
Oh my God, that's my friend. What did she say? Okay.
She sent in a bunch of questions, so
Oh.
we're going to narrow it down. She wants to know, do you watch any other Bravo shows?
Y'all, pandemic hit, and I might just freeze frame my channel to Bravo. I watched all of them, and a lot of them I'd never seen before. I'm like, I got to go back. So I've been doing everything. Haven't done the medicine one. I've never seen that one, but maybe, this could be my week, bro. And so I don't know.
What do you think of Salt Lake?
Oh, Real Housewives of Salt Lake?
Yeah.
I liked it. It was very cold. And
Heather Gay is my other BFF. I adore Heather.
I liked it. It was so different than everything else that it was.
I mean, also, can I just say one thing from a fashion girl to a fashion girl?
Yeah.
I asked Heather, I'm like, tell me whose closet you would raid. And she said that Mary Cosby has
I can only imagine
Chanel's that are, and I was
I'm
so
obsessed with
shocked. I was so shocked.
Obsessed with
I'm
her.
like, her closet seems crazy. I mean, she was.
You guys should do a closet swap for a week. That would go viral. Where you only had to wear hers, and then write it down, sweetie. Write it down.
So are
and then
you?
she has to wear your Dolce.
Look at your legs.
Yes.
They're tiny. Your leg is like the size of my
legs
little
are
arm.
very small.
Yes.
Wait, the gay man is telling me no?
But
because he would have to pack it up and send it and then unpack it. He would be like, no.
But I really
It
was.
would be like wife swap, but like fashion swap. This is a whole new show. Trademark this. It's
Call
going,
Andy,
it's
call
mine.
Andy, call Andy. But
Yeah.
here's the thing, though,
Fashion
is
swap.
Heather told me, I was like, really not Meredith, because I think Meredith is actually fun
She's
and quite
very
chic.
Yeah.
But she told me that while she was shady, it's not my words, it was Heather's. It was pretty hoardery, but she loved to quote hoarder closet. She said that the crazy one-off Chanel's and really old stuff that you cannot find that are more collector's items, Mary has all of it.
Oh, you can tell.
Really? I didn't get that vibe for some reason.
I did.
You did? Because
yeah.
you actually have the money to buy that shit.
Well, and I'm not a Chanel girl. But
I love Chanel.
Me too.
her.
That's all I want.
I'm just not, because I feel like it, and this is what's so interesting about Mary for me. I think for me personally, Chanel, I look older. I think like my daughter would look amazing in Chanel, and especially like the couture
It's a very
stuff.
classic look. Yes.
But I think it ages women in
Sure.
my age group. But with Mary,
But you would rock it, Sutton, though. I think you should surprise us,
I've
like at
tried
some
it.
time. Just come out the red carpet
the new
in a
sweater
Chanel.
stuff. All I can say is that all I want, and I don't own. I have a lot of. I buy myself very lovely things, but all I want.
Sometimes without your wife knowing, by the way, which we found out in the last episode.
That's okay.
I know she doesn't know about the bottega.
That's how marriages
Don't
stay
tell
together.
her. Don't tell her. But
It's
all
like, you
I
should
want.
have a little secret.
All I want in life is a medium caviar black quilted with gold hardware Chanel. And I know that it sounds crazy, but that's all I want.
It's a classic bag.
That's all I want.
Yeah.
One
We're
day.
we're gonna work on this for you, Liz.
Yes. Okay.
I'm gonna make this happen for you.
Yes. Let's rob.
Hello,
Brandy.
I could do like a little brooch or something.
Well, you didn't ask for anything. Look.
All I'm asking is to come to the karaoke night at your house.
Anytime,
That's all I'm asking
anytime,
for.
anytime. Josh is like, now he would have to put up the karaoke ring too. So
Okay, this question is also from BBF Bravo. Which housewife outside of the Beverly Hills franchise has been the friendliest to you? This is a great question, by the way.
It's a good one.
Because usually there's a strategy behind that, too.
Oh.
Always.
Well, one
Always.
is an ex-housewife, but Carol Radswell sat.
Love
Oh my
Carol.
God, the chicest.
She's so chic, and she sat at my
Chic?
table.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't consider her chic. I
Oh,
would
I
consider
think-
her down to
Oh
earth.
yes, no.
What
no.
are you talking
No,
about?
you're getting the hand from two sides. It's like a bookend.
Boom, boom.
These are like
boom, boom.
bookends.
I got the
Carol-
southern
Carol-
slap, y'all.
First of all, Carol is
Chic?
JFK adjacent. honey.
Exactly. Like, hello.
But she's like granola. Like she
I
can.
couldn't disagree
Her
with
clothes
you
are like
more.
made out of like.
I'm sorry. I thought you
twigs.
asked me a question.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
just saying. Back to Carol. She was my guest. She sat at my table at the American Ballet Theater gala table, and she was lovely and beautiful.
She's
and
great.
I had a really nice time with her. I will say this, like Tamra has been very sweet to me. I don't know her. I've never met her, but she's been really, really nice. I do know some of the Salt Lake City girls have asked my makeup artist to do their makeup, which I think is a compliment.
Compliment.
Okay, it starts out as a compliment. I know a lot of behind the scenes.
Oh, is that bad?
Be very careful.
Oh,
Be very careful.
well, I use my own brushes.
Oh, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about. We'll
I
talk
mean,
offline.
It's COVID, but
No,
right?
but I'm talking about. There's a lot of politics
think-
with that, and I have known firsthand from people that have been on the show, and you could look up the past guests to know exactly what I'm talking about. There's some shade with the makeup artist and all that behind the scenes.
Oh no.
Okay, let's.
I think Sutton, you're a fan favorite, and everybody loves you, and I think that is why you're getting all the love.
I
that you
really think so
deserve.
too. And it's like we joke about you being a friend of the show.
Star of the show. I'm so confused.
So, do you know what other show I need to see you on?
Dancing with the Stars?
No.
Oh yes, actually.
No.
Oh, sorry.
Because you are a star. I don't know who to put on the show lately. A show I watch every Friday in 2 different time zones.
Oh,
RuPaul?
Yes.
yes.
RuPaul's Drag Race.
The best.
So a little birdie told me, you are a fan. Why are you not a judge? They
Thank
could
you.
do a whole Housewives
RuPaul,
challenge.
like calling. Where's that echo system? It needs to be like RuPaul.
Good job. That was so good.
We're going to clip that and we are going to send it to his people. Why have you not been a judge?
Well, because I'm
COVID.
nobody. COVID. It's
First of all,
because
because of
COVID.
Well, that is true.
Retract
They've had
that last statement.
RuPaul has had his
No, they have the same.
RuPaul has
three-
had his friends on. Yeah.
Well, no, it's been the same.
But
few-
again, I think I could be RuPaul's friend.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we would really bond.
That karaoke.
What?
Ru is
No.
Sip.
Tall. That's what you're going to
What
say.
about the
beautiful.
show? When did you start watching, and what about the show just entices you?
The RuPaul?
Yep.
There's just so many things I don't know. I think, well, I will be honest. I didn't start watching it until the pandemic.
Okay.
And, I
That's a
didn't.
great but it's a great,
Great
thing
time.
to say. Yeah.
Great time.
I gotta say, I didn't watch.
My
a
mom
lot.
has started watching it because of pandemic.
I didn't watch a lot of TV. So then pandemic hit, and that's all I do is watch TV. I love watching. We all know the makeup.
The best.
I was like, what is the green face? How is this going to turn into what it
Like when they
turns
do the
into?
orange and all that because it hides a 5 o'clock shadow.
I am fascinated by it. And I love sort of the way he wants to bring out the best in everyone and really empower them. And I feel like a lot of the people on the show kind of start out, I don't want to use this in a mean way, but like, because it's not mean, a little broken or have some self-confident issues. And I love how he brings it out of people. And it's so inspiring. And especially, these are guys that probably look up to him like he is the queen.
He's an icon.
And I love that. I love that idea of helping people kind of see their better selves and helping them propel into a better future.
Who do you want to win this season?
Oh gosh,
Who's your front runner?
Well, I'm back and forth because I'm watching the new season, which I think is already over. I don't know if I've caught up yet.
No.
It's not over.
And I'm watching the London one, so I'm a bit like I'm all over the place right now.
Got it.
I love. See, I don't know the names.
I'm so bad with the names either. Like
the girl,
two.
the trans girl.
Oh,
boy.
trans. Yeah, that's
Got
okay.
Mick.
Got Mick.
Got
Yep.
Mick.
Her Paris Hilton was so good.
The best.
Obsessed. And then
The chic. I mean, that rocker chic. Did you see that episode where they did the snatch game?
No, I haven't seen Snatch Game.
Okay. Then
Haven't
don't.
seen it yet.
Alexander, be quiet. You will love.
Watch it with Garcelle on Thursday.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Totally do it.
Yeah,
she'll get it.
Gottmik is
She will get it.
fantastic. Fantastic.
Like, I think an artist.
oh no,
Okay,
like a real
but
artist.
We're starting
Yes.
to see because now they're in the competition. Now people are getting whatever.
Let go.
Get Mick started off as like I'm everybody's friend, but now there's a little edge.
Gottmik is shady.
Oh,
She's
Not as
she's
shady.
a behind the scenes shady. We're gonna see her real shady. Don't you see little things creeping up? Like
100%.
100%.
But
You
who's the
just wait.
redhead? Who's the redhead? Is he? Because I don't.
Oh,
know.
that's
Mick Burner or-
No, Tina Burner.
Because I just
The one who dated
finished-
Graham Norton
Tita
and broke
Burner.
his heart.
What?
Yes.
Yes.
People breaking hearts. I will tell you where I
Break
am
hearts a
on
little
this season.
Okay.
We just did the disco night.
Oh, you have so much more.
Girl.
Just be quiet. Everybody be quiet.
I am double dipping right now in the RuPaul bowl.
Yeah.
So
It's going to get
calm
good.
down.
Okay.
So, do you know what you need to do? You need to do a live tweet night.
Is this a life coach session that we're doing?
It's kind of like a friend entertainment. Jen, are you listening? Yes. You need to do a live tweet night where you're live tweeting watching an episode of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Okay, I'm doing it on Thursday. I will binge watch until Thursday.
So binge watch, but then Friday when the new episode is out, you need
Friday.
to be live tweeting.
Yeah, because you just told me Thursday, so I'd be live tweeting. I'd be like, "They're
live tweeting.
amazing."
Everyone's like crickets, crickets.
No one's there.
What
Dead.
LSD did she take today? I'm watching RuPaul, and it's Josh, like in my kitchen. I don't know.
Oh my God, I'm dead.
Well, I'll rent a theater for us to watch RuPaul.
I know, ditto.
Okay, we could literally talk for hours, but we have to end the show. But you'll be back.
Yeah.
Has
Okay,
to.
we're gonna do a little rapid fire. Who wants to go first?
Sutton.
And these are not like, oh God, rapid fire, like you're gonna lose your job.
I'm very competitive. All right.
Okay.
I need a buzzer.
Oh.
What's rapid? What does it mean?
No,
What
it
are
just
the
means
rules?
I ask you a question.
I need the rules.
You just have. I just ask you a question. You just have to answer it fast.
Okay.
But these are not like controversial
no.
questions.
Okay.
It's the first thing that comes to your mind. We're having a therapy session.
They may not make sense, but okay.
Sutton, what would your opening tagline be?
I don't know who I am, but I'm not on this show. I don't know.
Mics would just be dropped. God damn, that was
Also,
so
will you
good.
please take an Instagram with me after this and do it in my Instagram with me? I am fucking dead.
Maybe I can hold the camera for you guys.
Yeah,
Don't be
honey.
jealous. It's okay.
It's fine.
Make sure the light's good.
I'll play
Okay.
the janitor. It's fine. That was so good.
That was so
so
good.
damn good.
It's so good. I'm dying.
If you were to create a brand of everyday wearable tiaras, what would the brand be called?
Me?
Yeah.
It'd be called me.
Oh, me.
Yeah.
It'd be like, this is me.
No, I have one called
God,
C'est
you better-
Moi. C'est Moi.
Oh.
So from the musical theater world, my audition song when I was thinner was C'est Moi from Camelot. C'est moi, na 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 na. Yep. I don't remember the rest of the words. Okay. Biggest pet peeve when being interviewed.
The same question that I've heard like 800 times.
Do we do that on this show?
No.
Oh, what's the question?
What? Blair Witch
Oh, I
Blair's
can't
like,
ask. Oh, yeah. Blair, literally is staring into my
she's
soul.
like clacking the wood. Say this, don't do this.
I see. Meanwhile, I'm just clueless.
I know, and I'm so naive.
It's
I'm
fine.
like, what is it?
What is
And
it?
it's
I
like,
don't know.
Sutton, what do you wear around the house when no one is going to see you? Be
Pajamas.
honest. But like, what are your pajamas? Are they like Dolce & Gabbana? Or are they like sweats with holes in them and like nacho cheese on them? Like,
Ew.
yeah. Oh.
No.
no.
No. I have a pair of J. Crew pajama bottoms that I love that I'm sure everybody's sick of seeing. And then either the top that matches or just a T-shirt.
I love it.
And a sweatshirt. I like to put a sweatshirt so you don't have to wear a bra.
Yeah, love
know
a
that
sweatshirt.
look?
Love a sweatshirt.
I do that often too.
Yeah.
COVID carbs. What is the junkiest food that you love? This is actually from one of
Cheetos.
your fans. You eat Cheetos?
Girl.
Do you eat them with a fork though? I cannot imagine Sutton walking around with Cheeto fingers.
Well, that's for. Oh, a dang. Yeah, like a little something.
That's
Yep.
why the men love Sutton.
Do they? Do they though?
They do. Okay. Well, that was your rapid
That
fire.
was fast. I'm like, what else you got? Because that was easy.
good.
Talk about pajamas and Cheetos.
I'm into it.
I love it. Sutton, tell everybody where you want them to find you, follow you, and where can we online shop at Sutton?
Oh golly. Okay, so my Instagram is at Sutton Stracke. The store is at the Sutton Concept, and our website is www.thesuttonconcept.com. On Twitter, I had to commandeer Sutton B Stracke because somebody already stole Sutton Stracke.
Loser.
And then my email, I'm just kidding. Not going to give that away.
Oh my
Is
God,
that
I
right?
hope you give me
Did
your
I-
email.
But
Did
I
do
need
all
your
that?
but I need your address for karaoke and
Karaoke.
live tweeting. Live tweeting.
Karaoke.
I think we all need to get super drunk and then live tweet the RuPaul.
Let's do it.
But
I'm
we're going to
super
tell them
down.
we're going to do it so they can.
You better work.
Girl,
That's old
take it to
school.
the runway. Take it to the
I
runway.
want to know
Bring
this dance.
back
This
my
is
girls.
the dance
It's the
that I
Vogue.
wanna-
Let's teach you Vogue.
But I want to. But no, when you get down and he does that, I want to learn that one.
Alexander's gonna teach you.
Well, I've got.
Well,
to
I'm like looking at me. I'm like,
I'm not going to
doing
bend
the
my knee. I
TikTok
only bend
dance.
my knee after dinner in a movie.
Well, I can't even walk. I've got a boot on, so beat me.
What aren't we just the three musketeers around this joint?
We are the misfits. Like, we are the misfits. Liz, are you ready for your rapid fire?
Yes.
What is your cheat trick when you are interviewing somebody that you know nothing about?
Oh, that is such a good question. Well, one, I always do my research a little bit at least.
You and I are the same. Like, we do a lot of research.
I know. So I don't ever really interview anyone I don't know anything about. That's kind of sorry.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking at her like, really?
No, I don't really go into it not
I've done a
knowing.
few red carpet stuff, and I won't do it again because I don't like knowing. So I'm like,
I know. Sorry. That
so
was
what's
not
it like
a
having
great-
big ears? I'll say the worst thing. It just comes to me. Yeah. What would you call your own reality show?
Listen to Liz.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
Biggest pet peeve when interviewing somebody?
Ugh, when they just one word answers or when they're negative about stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. If you were to create a podcast just about Bravo TV, what would it be called?
Who are just about Bravo TV? There are so many Bravo TV podcasts. This one's a little different.
Yes. Let's do
That's
that.
the name.
That's good.
That's the
actually.
name.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay. What is the most unlesbian thing you do?
Every single thing
Pretty
about
much.
me is not lesbian at all. I have the best fucking nails in the goddamn planet.
Do lesbians have bad nails?
They don't have
Is it from
nails,
like
typically.
shucking oysters in the Antarctic? I don't know.
That's exactly what it's from.
Wearing flannel? I don't.
I don't know. I have the best nails. I love fashion. I love beauty. I also technically am not a lesbian. I do like men, so I'm bisexual. I'm married to a woman, but whatever. And I don't know. I love fashion. I love I don't know. I like some gen pop shit. I'm just not a lesbian. There you go. Don't tell my wife that.
Well, you do something that is very lesbian, which I will not do. Yes.
It's what?
You do something that's very lesbian. Like have lesbian sex. I can't even say the word sex. Sex. All right.
Alexander, for the love of God.
I feel like I need to take over for him.
I mean, what just happened?
No, I'm
What
just saying,
just
this is the best party crew that we could have put together for tonight, right?
Best. And also, who's to say I have lesbian sex? Just kidding. I mean.
Oh, yeah, because they don't have sex after year 2. Okay. Liz, tell everybody where they can find and follow you.
Well, all my socials are at Listen to Liz. And please listen to Scissoring Isn't a Thing every Tuesday.
Such a great podcast.
It's fun. It's a good one.
It's fun. Oh, you guys, what a fun party night. Thank you so much. It's always a grab bag of fun every week on the Rocks. Big thank you to our fabulous guests, our engineer, Kurt, and our studio producer, Michael Vega, our intern, Alexis Mendez, and above all, you, our fabulous audience. Coming up next week, we are chatting with Academy Award winner George Chakiris about his new tell-all book called My West Side Story. He played Bernardo in West Side Story, and he has a new book talking about his time with Marilyn Monroe, Natalie Wood. It's such a juicy book, and he's going to be here to tell it all. Also, we have History Channel's Nicholas Brown to chat about mummies, and you know I'm a mummy boy. Get it? Okay. Stay happy, Thank you, Carter.
He needed that.
Yeah, I did. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay sexy. Till next week.
This has been another episode of On the Rocks. Tweet me and slide into my DMs on Twitter and Instagram at On the Rocks On Air. Find everything On the Rocks for free at OnTheRocksRadioshow.com. Subscribe, like, review, and share. Until next week, stay